Right in the centre of Manchester, right outside the showpiece town hall, is the biggest piece of public sculpture we've now got in the city centre. It's the Albert Memorial. Some commentators have said it's a very odd thing, the Albert Memorial. It's named after some very peculiar traits. It's named after a popular royal German, three things that don't necessarily go together frequently in Britain. But in this case, they did do. Albert was loved. He was the consort, the husband of Queen Victoria, and he was loved in Manchester in particular. Albert loved progress, science, technology, the belief that society was moving onwards through industry, whereas Queen Victoria did tend to prefer going to the countryside, Balmoral and other lovely bits of British scenery. So when Albert died of a worker's disease, he died of typhoid, that so many other people had died, people in Manchester really wanted to commemorate this figure, so they got together a large fund. There were various rows about how they're going to use that fund, and they decided to commemorate him with the aid of the architect, a man called Thomas Worthington, in this remarkable structure, which is based on a piece of church furniture from a church in Pisa in Italy. But Thomas Worthington had been there. It's called a ciborium, the form of the canopy. Underneath that, they got another sculptor, very famous sculptor, Matthew Noble, to put in the statue of Prince Albert. The other big row, as always, was where to put this thing. Originally it was going to go in Piccadilly Gardens, but then at that time there was a royal infirmary that was very classical with big columns. So they decided we couldn't put it there because we've got this Gothic, which is the form of this canopy, structure. We can't put it there. But then they came up with a little secret plan. They decided to put it in front of the town yard, which was where they had all the dust carts and all the rubbish collecting machines. Some of the councillors, with a bit of progressiveness in their minds, knew they were going to build a town hall there. So the Albert Memorial ended up, when it was originally completed in 1867, facing the dust cart yard. But they did know the town hall was coming along. Fashions change. And while it was well loved throughout the first 100 years of its life, or maybe 80 years of its life, by the 50s and 60s, people were saying it was looking tired, bits were actually falling off, it needed repairing. What should we do with it? One councillor in the town hall suggested, since we're building motorways around Manchester, we should break it up and use it underneath the motorway just to hold the motorway up. But other people were far more clear-sighted. They kept it, it was preserved, and now it remains Manchester's keynote public artwork.